what are we planting up?
Well, we're starting with the giganteum in the bigger pot here because from experience with the other two giganteums, super big, super fast.
Yes. And this
Needs the bigger pot to support it.
This is the giganteum variegata. We just, I don't know if they can see me, but you can see the plant. We just imported it in, and
You want to hold it up, please?
I will. And this is your secret 11 herbs and spices.
It sure is.
Yeah. So what?
Better than the Colonel.
Yeah. Do you want to tell everyone what's in your secret sauce?
For those of you that haven't watched previous videos, this has got potting soil, earthworm castings, a little bit of dampened sphagnum, and orchid bark mix.
And this orchid bark mix is pretty much just orchid bark. It's not the mix that comes with the soil. So let's just call it orchid bark.
It has scatterings of soil and perlite. Not enough to count.
No.
Okay, firm you up.
And we just got this in. We just unboxed it. So this is half an hour after unboxing. So this is what Nelly does when the roots are good. And you're going to thoroughly water this?
Yes.
Thoroughly.
You are going to thoroughly water that.
Thoroughly water, and this is the result. Giganteum variegatissima has been potted.
It has.
What's up?
You'll notice I've given up already this season on using little tools to shovel it in or scoop it in. My hands are in dirt all day anyways. We are going to get
Atobasani?
Taboense.
There we go. Here, I can hold that. And you can just...
Well, my holder was slacking. I had to one-hand it.
And reduce to a holder.
Technically, Rusty's timeout.
Yeah. Well, I was a weeder last week, so I think this is probably up from a weeder, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you were doing weeding while I was doing carpentry. Well, or allowed to use the drill while Dad did the actual cutting and measuring, and I like to pretend that I'm doing the carpentry.
So Ataboense has been potted.
Hang on, tucking her in.
Sorry. Cut.
All right, she's good now.
There we go, guys. Complete. And terracotta pot. Why terracotta?
Because it pulls the moisture away, so it lets it dry out a little bit faster, meaning it's not sitting in a swamp.
So we thoroughly water it, but it will dry out much faster, opposed to a plastic pot, which it could be wet for a week, right?
Yes.
The air brushes along the side, the moisture gets sucked onto the terracotta. Oh, on the holder. The holder is slacking. This is the Magnificum Verde, we believe.
Yes. I think that's what we settled on.
Yeah. That's what the label said.
Honestly, it's 9 o'clock at night. It's been a long day. I've done nothing but pick up plants all day from different locations.
Yeah, it was quite a road trip. We've got some great videos coming up. Or that have just been posted. Depends on which order we get them done. Awesome sauce. Magnificum Verde. Done. Done. Do it. Do it.
Next on the hit list.
Swallow if we have them.
So we're just on pause for a moment while the holder has become a fetcher. The root systems on the rest of these are a little bit smaller, so I want to use a smaller pot so that they're not so overwhelmed by how much soil and the moisture that they're going to have around them when they do get watered. It's kind of important to choose the right pot size for your root system to encourage the health and growth. You can always go up a size later, but you're really risking overwatering if you use a pot that's too large at the very beginning. And we don't want to do that. We want them to acclimate happily. So we wait for the smaller pots. I did put them on the top shelf, so it may take him a moment.
Few moments later.
Another little useful tip, if when you place the plant in the pot before you add the soil around it to support it and build it up, if you notice that some of those roots as you're standing it in there are pointing up, just try to tuck them down to encourage them to grow in the proper direction so that they don't wind up out of your pot, causing your plant to dehydrate itself. Just another added strain that your plants don't really need to have. Silver blush is tucked in all nicely now. This root system is quite tiny, so although it seems really tall and has some bigger leaves, we're going to put it in a smaller pot.
So I missed some action. Plumani black.
It is. And because she still has a really tiny root system to support all these leaves, she's in a really tiny pot so that we don't wind up accidentally overwatering her.
Looking good, Mr. Carter.
Who is next? Let's go with you. Also, really small root system, comparable to the pot. Won't run too much of a risk of overwatering if we keep it tiny for now.
And that's the amydrium variegata, right?
It is. Where's one of my smaller screens? There we go.
Amydrium variegatissima.
All right, small root system, but very tall stalk. So, a little bit larger of a pot.
Trubia black.
Just because we need the depth for it. Oh. Dear me.
The holder is back.
The holder is back. Okay, hang on. Some of these roots are trying to point themselves up. I want to train them early. Done.
Trubia black. Complete.
Telling you it's a Pictum tricolor.
I think it's a Pictum tricolor. I think this was sent to us by mistake, so we will have to contact the group organizer and let them know we've got an extra plant.
But we're taking care of it. We're babysitting for you.
Aglaonema Pictum tricolor. Needs water, and we're going to thoroughly water these, correct, Nelly?
Yes.
And that completes everything.
So tired now. Time for rest. Rusty says I have to wrap it up. Have a great night, everybody.